Hello everyone. It's been a while since I've vlogged from home, but we're getting ready to go out. We've talked about trying to vlog more. This new change of ours has been a little difficult to do vlogs and stuff like that. And it's just probably an excuse. We could do both, but sometimes we just get caught up in the moment and we don't want to pick up the camera. But we are gonna try to vlog a little bit more in some way. And I've been busy, as you could see, with my sourdough starter. Ryan's over here. I finally named him. He's doing well. I believe I started it July the 1st because I tried on June the 1st, but then it died. But this one has been going strong. It really loves rye flour. So one day I was feeding it and then I go, you know what? I can name him Ryan. I was feeding him rye flour and I didn't have a name for him. And that's when I thought of Ryan. So that's how that came about. Seems to be doing fine. It loves to be out on the countertop. Some people put their sourdough starter in the refrigerator. I'm not sure yet. I'm just still not that well at this whole sourdough starter thing. So I'm a little bit nervous. I don't want it to die if I put it in the refrigerator, and it seems to like room temperature. It rises and falls when it's supposed to, and it makes beautiful bread. So I don't want to mess with it too much. I just made another loaf. I'm adding whole wheat flour now to the mix. So it's a blend of whole wheat flour and bread flour, just to get more, vitamins in us and to keep us fuller longer, and it's better for you. I made some of these. Sometimes we get a hankering for a snack out there, and if you go to Starbucks or something like that, a little snack will cost you $4 or $5. So that really helps us out, and it keeps us full. I played around with whole wheat pastry flour in those, and I add a little bit of wheat germ, which I've never used in baking ever. So it's just a little, I don't know, I gotta get used to the taste. They taste like healthy energy bars. It doesn't taste like dessert, even though it has strawberry jam layer in there. It tastes like you're eating something healthy. But we have to get used to that because we have to just be more energetic, eat more healthy, gives us more energy. That way we could try to fit everything into our daily life now. Running around, trying to vlog our life, trying to do Life with the Troopers vlog, the Trooper vlog. We were just talking the other day, and first and foremost, Tim was a vlogger first before anything. So I don't know, we're just talking about trying to figure out how to vlog more. Of all of you faithful watchers, he's really thankful for that, and we're both very thankful for that. And so I think first and foremost, we're just trying to stay alive, trying to make a living in some way than, your regular 9-to-5 job, which we get a lot of criticism for because that's not what we do. We were doing YouTube for a living, and then we were doing the candy thing. And I don't know, after the candy thing closed, I was, a little bit sad for about a month. And then something sparked my interest to do the sourdough starter, which kind of how the candy started. It started as a hobby, started making pops. Then the brittle came about, and it just hit from there. But I don't know, this is a fun hobby to do. If I were to ever want to sell it again, any kind of baked goods or candy or anything, I would do it more as a hobby and go to maybe a farmer's market once a week. I wouldn't do it every day or try to make it into a business. It was just too hard. It's too much labor, especially for only 2 people. And you just enjoy it more when it's a hobby. It's more of a craft and a love for it. It doesn't become a chore, and you're not, hurting your body and stuff like that, and worried about finances. So we're just trying to figure everything out still after the candy business went down. So, and that's it. I just wanted to come and chit chat, say hello with you. We went to Sunset Station the other day, and we had some really good spaghetti, and I'll put that I'll put a couple clips of that in there. I think it's a really good deal for either $14.99 or $15.99. In-house made pasta. They cooked it really well. It was 3 good-sized meatballs for $16. Sunset Station, I believe that's Henderson. I think that's Henderson, yeah. So that was really good. I'm just gonna try to show you more baking videos and show you what I'm doing at home more. Try to when I do stay home, because sometimes there's a couple times where I do stay at home and help edit and stuff like that. I'm probably gonna stay home and try to edit, help out with different channels and stuff like that while Tim goes out, but we'll see. We really enjoy working together, being together, you know, we get along really well, and we balance each other out. And we have a lot of fun doing it. So sometimes it's kind of hard to separate, but in order to get everything done that we want to do, and especially if we put vlogging back into the mix, we're gonna have to divide and conquer a little. So thank you for watching and always supporting us no matter what we do, and we really appreciate it. I'll see you guys soon. We came over here to Sunset Station. We saw a sign out front, special spaghetti and meatballs. We're gonna give it a shot, $14.99. And it says 5 to 9 p.m. and it's about 5:20. Bread and olive oil they just brought us, and a little bit of balsamic.
Not too bad. Pretty good, right?
Good.
It is.
Actually.
Yeah, especially for 15 bucks.
The meatballs are really tender.
Yeah.
Okay, it's been an hour. Let's add in our starter. Look at this. Beautiful, beautiful starter. Let's add 100 grams to it, to this dough. This is how it looks. I like to weigh my salt in a separate bowl because it's just not accurate in this when I add it to the big bowl for some reason. So I'm gonna measure it here. 18 grams of olive oil or avocado oil. Today I used avocado oil. Sometimes I use olive oil, but I can't taste the difference really. So I give this a little kickstart in the mixer and then I finish it by hand. Okay, so I got a little bit of gluten developed, and then I'm gonna put it in here, and then I'm going to do what they call stretch and folds, what is just a gentle way of kneading every 30 minutes for 2 hours. So I'm going to transfer this to this so I could see it rise, because it has to double in volume before I put in the refrigerator to let it finish proofing in there. I almost forgot about the cheese crackers. I'm going to make a double batch. Tim loves them. And they're healthier than Cheez-Its. I'm gonna sneak in a little bit of whole wheat flour. Hopefully Tim won't notice. Just kidding, he'll probably like it though. So I'm gonna add a little bit of wheat flour in there too. It's just olive oil, salt, cayenne, and a little bit of whole wheat flour and regular flour. Now I'm gonna add the cheddar cheese, 6 to 8 ounces. 6 looks okay because I don't want it to be greasy. The crackers to be too greasy. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna stir it up. See, look at this. I think I did eyeball right. That looks almost perfect. Like cheese in every little bite. I think 6 ounces is good. Just rolled out the cracker dough. And now I'm gonna cut it with a pizza cutter and then put it on the baking sheet. All right, I just docked them with a fork. I think that's the word that you use. I don't know. So that way they won't puff up so much. They do puff up a little bit, but that helps them from getting a big air bubble. So we'll see how they come out. These are our beautiful crackers. Sourdough, sharp cheddar cheese, and cayenne pepper. The perfect crunchy and salty snack.